Hey, what's up, my people? How you doing? My name is Dalton, and this is my YouTube channel. Now, today, this is live stream, so I can't always see your comments at a time. This is live stream, and first of all, I'm going to give out shout out to all my existing subscribers and my new subscribers. But I also want to give out shout out to my viewers. Okay, they're not always recognized, and they should be recognized. Just because they don't subscribe, don't mean they're not recognized. I do a thank you. Okay, and of course, you can donate if you want to the stream. Links below. You don't have to. That's not what I'm here for. Okay, so today, first of all, I want to say that I'm going to kick the butt of my good friend, coworker, James, who introduced me to some 45% alcohol shots. I'm going to kick his ass later. But when I get to work. But anyway, so I had a couple of those. So don't take that against me. I'm only human, like anybody else, except for Elon Musk and probably Trump. But anyway, to this podcast is going to be labeled pimping ain't easy. And the reason I'm labeling that is because I saw the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen. And I'm almost 40 years old. So in April, I'm not going to tell you the date, but in April, I will be 60 years old. Sorry, 60 years old. So in my whole time of living, and 6 years old, I had never seen a president pimped. PIMP. Look it up. Pimped by a foreign agent from South Africa, Elon Musk, like the president of the United States here in March 2025 was pimped to do a info commercial for cars. Okay, now, if you didn't see it, look it up. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. Look through history, let me know when a president was pimped to do a commercial for a car. Now, to make it worse, the president is almost 80 years old. For whatever reason, this president is not allowed to drive. Yeah, he can't drive himself. Maybe because he's the president, whatever the reason. Maybe he got too many DUIs because he's a felon. Look it up. He's not allowed to drive. But yet, he is going to pimp a Tesla electric mobile. And I'm nothing against electric mobiles. As long as they're not by Elon Musk, I'm all for it. Because they have done their homework and tried to rectify damages and shortcomings that some electrical vehicles have. Okay? But Elon Musk has not because of his narcissistic attitude, just like Trump's narcissistic attitudes. And eventually, they're going to clash. Give it about 3 months. Remember, I said this. Other people said it, but remember, I also said this. Now, he gets on, he pimps Trump. And Trump, and using his, and Elon Musk using his child as a shield against assassination. or any attempts, stands in front of his kid that's supposed to be dressed like him all the time. Okay, there's no other reason that a kid is going to be in a White House by someone that's a high target. Okay, except for a shield. So he knows what he's doing. So he's standing in front of this Tulsa, whatever you're going to call it, vehicle. And he gets President Trump, who's not allowed to even drive a vehicle, to promote the vehicle. And Trump even says he's going to buy it for members of his family and other things like that. So I'm telling you, when I tell you this, I've been alive almost 60 years and never have I ever remember seeing a president pimped to say and for commercial for a person that bought themselves into the White House and became like the unelected president of the United States to say and try to push a vehicle, electric vehicle, which he could not drive. Now, Elon Musk also cut so many federal agencies in which now these vehicles, especially in red states, don't have enough charging stations to even go a decent area. Okay. If someone was trying to go out of town. So, and Elon Musk did that himself. That's how smart he is. So, yeah. I don't remember. And so, pimping ain't easy. Okay. And most of y'all are going to go and think that when you're a pimp, you got the people you're pimping, but you got, excuse my language, but your main bitch. Okay. And most Americans are walking around thinking Elon Musk, that Trump is the main bitch. No, Trump is not the main bitch. The Speaker of the House, the woman, the blonde haired, blue eyed chick that looks dead you in the eye and says shit that she knows don't make sense. That's the main bitch. She went up there and said, looking dead at Americans, and said, now you might see Trump driving on the Elon Musk trucks or cars. Okay, that's the end of this briefing. Have a good night. That's the main bitch. The one that can control and hide anything that she feels right or wrong and say whatever is put in front of her to say and do whatever is put in front of her to do. That's the main bitch. And she is the main bitch. That blonde haired chick, that's the main bitch. They got y'all confused and making you think that Trump is the main bitch being played. Nah. That Trump is being played as a bitch. But the main bitch is the one doing the briefings, White House briefing. That's the main bitch right there. Okay. I'm gonna tell you a story when I was younger. It's a little embarrassing, but it's true. I was talking to this one guy. He had just two gorgeous women by him. I'm just talking to him. I'm getting all cozy. Just right, blah, 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 blah. So I'm in Oklahoma. I'm young. I'm dumb. I'm in, uh, I think it's a Village Inn. Okay. Northwest Expressway. It's just third office. I think it's a Village Inn. Could have been Denny's, but I think it's a Village Inn. And I'm bringing up this conversation. I'm by myself. Just got out of the club. No drinking, nothing. Just, chilling. Had a good night. Started chatting with them. Decided to get into a deep conversation. Horoscopes, all that stuff. Just back in the day. I moved over to their booth from my booth. Now the waitress was here. She knew what was going on. I didn't. So I'm over in my booth. I slid over their booth, just keeping conversation. So the guy looked me dead in the eye after I'm deep in the conversation, and he told me something. He looked me dead in the eye and he said, "I didn't invite you over here." My ego was crushed. I moved back over my booth, got my breakfast early in the morning, ate it, chilled out. The girls behind me got quiet, didn't say nothing, obeyed what he said. But he said the truth to me that some of my best friends didn't say. He told me, and I found out he was a pimp. Yes, he was. And I found out, luckily, I got him on a good mood. He was in a good mood that night, or else I would have been hurt. Okay. So it put the fear of God in me, deep in me. But what really put it in me is the truth he said. He said, "I didn't invite you over here." Okay. And that kind of like one-to-one conversations that we have now. Okay. There's a lack of one-on-one conversations because people feel they can intrude on one-on-one conversations. And what the younger generations don't know, that the older generations do know, that there's a lack of class and etiquette to intrude on a one-to-one conversation without being invited. And people are doing that so they can manipulate the situation. Okay. Be aware of that. And he told me, "You wouldn't invite it." And I sit there with my tail tucked between my legs, my ego bruised, and ate my breakfast and left. But you know what? He was 100% right. And there's a lot of things going on in the government. But some of those people were not invited, but they're taking over. And you know what I mean. Okay. And I found out later, like I said, that he was a pimp. And luckily, he was a violent pimp. Luckily, I caught him on a good day by the grace of God. So that's a little story time for you right there. But it's the fact that, you know, we got pimping ain't easy. Elon Musk is pimping Trump. And who's saying that Elon Musk, after digging in all that data, don't have anything on Trump? Are you serious? There's a reason that they're not releasing Epstein's files, but they release John Kennedy's. Okay, and others, but not Epstein's, where Trump was shown to be hanging out, and Epstein had 14, not one, not two, but 14 of Trump's personal numbers. So to think that Elon Musk don't have something on Trump, are you serious? Are you serious? Think about it. Because people ain't easy. I don't care what anybody tell you. And then you got Elon Musk trying to show like tears, crocodile tears. I'm losing stock in my company. I lost $134 billion. Now I have 22.4 trillion dollars left. And all I'm doing is cutting American jobs and veterans' jobs, even though I'm not from their country. Really? Think about it. You do the math. All right. And I guess I'll wrap to y'all later. Peace, the thought, and I'm out.